Snake plants have earned their reputation as the ultimate low-maintenance houseplants, the kind you can practically ignore and they'll still survive. But survival and thriving are two completely different things, and if you've been growing these architectural beauties for any length of time, you've probably noticed they can sit stagnant for months or even years, barely producing new growth despite your best efforts. Mine were doing exactly that until I discovered a kitchen ingredient so common, so overlooked, that when I tell you what transformed my snake plants from static survivors into vigorous, prolifically growing specimens, you're going to wonder why this isn't common knowledge in the houseplant community. Banana peels, or more specifically, the nutrient-rich water extracted from fermenting them, became my snake plant's favorite drink and the catalyst for growth I had never achieved with commercial fertilizers or careful watering schedules alone. The reason banana peel water works so spectacularly for snake plants lies in its unique nutritional composition. Banana peels contain significant amounts of potassium, the very mineral that strengthens plant cell walls, improves water regulation within tissues, and enhances overall plant vigor. Snake plants, being succulents that store water in their thick leaves, benefit enormously from potassium because it helps them maintain that signature firm, upright structure while supporting the development of new pups and leaves. But potassium is just the beginning. Banana peels also provide phosphorus for root development, calcium for cellular structure, and magnesium for chlorophyll production, all delivered in organic forms that release slowly as beneficial microbes break them down. What sets this method apart from simply burying banana peels in soil is the fermentation process, which transforms these nutrients into immediately accessible forms while creating a thriving population of beneficial bacteria that enhance soil health. When you ferment banana peels in water, you're essentially creating a probiotic tonic for your plants, delivering not just nutrients but living microorganisms that colonize the potting medium and create a more dynamic, biologically active growing environment. Creating banana peel water requires nothing more than patience and a container, though the process does demand some attention to detail for optimal results. I start by collecting banana peels from organic bananas whenever possible, since conventional peels may carry pesticide residues you don't want introducing into your plant care routine. I chop 3 to 4 peels into small pieces, roughly 1-inch squares, to maximize surface area exposure to water. These chopped peels go into a clean glass jar or plastic container, which I then fill with about 4 cups of room temperature water, ensuring the peels stay completely submerged. After this fermentation period, I strain the liquid through a fine mesh strainer or cheesecloth, collecting the banana peel water in a clean container while composting the spent peels. This concentrated liquid is incredibly potent and should never be applied directly to plants, without dilution. So, I mix 1 part banana peel water with 4 parts fresh water for my snake plants, creating a diluted solution that delivers nutrients without overwhelming these slow-growing plants or causing salt buildup in their potting medium. The application method matters just as much as the preparation, and this is where, honestly, many plant owners miss the mark with homemade fertilizers. Snake plants are notoriously sensitive to overwatering, and their thick water-storing leaves mean they need far less frequent watering than most houseplants. I apply my diluted banana peel water only when the soil has completely dried out, which typically occurs every 3 to 4 weeks depending on environmental conditions. This timing ensures the plants are actually ready to take up water and nutrients, rather than sitting in saturated soil where root rot becomes a serious risk. When application day arrives, I water thoroughly with the diluted banana peel solution, applying enough that a small amount drains from the pot's bottom. This deep watering ensures the nutrients reach throughout the root zone, rather than just wetting the soil surface. I follow a schedule of 1 banana peel water application followed by 2 plain water applications, creating a rotation that provides regular nutrition without the salt accumulation that can occur when using any fertilizer too frequently. During winter months when growth naturally slows, I reduce applications to once every 6 to 8 weeks, respecting the plant's dormant period while still providing gentle nutritional support. The changes began subtly but accelerated quickly once the plants started responding to their new feeding regimen. Within 3 weeks of the first banana peel water application, I noticed the existing leaves developing a deeper, richer green color, losing the slightly pale yellowish cast that had made them look perpetually stressed. By week 6, something truly exciting happened. My largest snake plant, which hadn't produced new growth in over 18 months despite living in ideal light conditions, pushed up not 1 but 3 new leaves from its rhizome. These new leaves emerged thick, vibrant, and grew at a pace I had never witnessed in snake plants. The transformation extended beyond just one plant. My collection of 7 snake plants, ranging from mature specimens to younger divisions, all responded with renewed vigor. The younger plants, which had been growing at a glacial pace typical of the species, suddenly accelerated their development. Root development, which I observed when repotting one plant that had outgrown its container, showed dramatic improvement as well. The root system was robust, white, and healthy, filling the pot with dense growth rather than the sparse, somewhat limp roots I had seen in previous years. This vigorous root development explained the accelerated top growth, as healthy roots are the foundation of healthy plants. Understanding why banana peel water works so effectively helps you apply this technique with confidence and honestly lets you adjust it for your specific growing conditions. The potassium in banana peels specifically supports enzyme activation within plant cells. These are the processes that govern everything from photosynthesis to nutrient uptake. The fermentation process adds another dimension by creating beneficial bacterial populations that continue working in your potting medium long after application. These bacteria help break down organic matter in the soil, making other nutrients more available, while also improving soil structure and water retention. They even compete with potential pathogens, providing a measure of disease protection that commercial fertilizers simply cannot offer. The accessibility and simplicity of banana peel water make it perfect for both beginning plant parents and experienced collectors looking for sustainable, effective alternatives to commercial fertilizers. You're already buying bananas, which means you're already generating the raw material for this powerful plant tonic. The time investment is minimal, the cost is essentially zero, and the results, well, they speak for themselves in the form of healthier, more vigorous plants that finally live up to their full potential rather than just surviving in your home. Start saving those banana peels today and watch as your snake plants transform from static fixtures into dynamic, growing specimens that remind you why you fell in love with houseplants in the first place. If you want to discover more sustainable, effective plant care techniques that actually work without expensive products or complicated procedures, subscribe to the Living Soil Lab. Share this video with fellow plant lovers who are ready to see their snake plants thrive like never before. Drop your results in the comments once you try this method. Together, we're proving that the best plant care often comes from the simplest, most natural sources right in our own kitchens.